Oh, all right, man. I'm a little irritated today, just a little bit. Floyd, Money, Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. After a few days, after the dust has settled, get a chance to speak about what the senses of the public is of this fight. So we all know how it all went down from 1 through 12, man. We saw the build up, for the last, 5, 6 seasons. We've been talking about this guy since 2007. I started watching Pacquiao back in 2001, 2002. I used to see him on regular TV fighting guys. Um, I knew what he was then, and I knew what he was going to be against Floyd this time. And it's just sad that you know the general public has been told, for all of these years now, what Manny Pacquiao was. We knew what he was going into this fight. We knew what he was before this fight was even announced. We knew who Freddie Roach was and what he could do with fighters, what he's done with guys that he's worked with. Freddie Roach works with guys that have very little defense. They have very little defense. They're normally he likes to train guys that are fast. That can just fighters, guys that don't have any real boxing skill, don't have a skill set, and it's just disappointing to see the naysayers in disbelief. I mean, in stupid disbelief. Like, how can you truly believe that what you saw wasn't reality? I guess it's the equivalent to Elvis and Tupac is still alive. Like, people just can't believe that these guys are dead. Like, people can't believe that Pacquiao actually got in that ring and couldn't do anything. You guys are watching with untrained eyes, first of all. Floyd is a rhythm fighter. Everything that he does is in rhythm. He moves forward, his opponent moves backwards. He moves backwards, his opponent moves forward. He moves from side to side laterally, his opponent's footwork gets tangled up. If you're not, accustomed to developing the real skill of boxing and knowing how to move around the ring, knowing how to throw a jab, knowing how to counterpunch, knowing how to throw an overhand, knowing how to throw a straight right, knowing how to stand behind your lead, knowing how to slip punches, knowing how to duck and dodge punches, knowing how to cover up, knowing how to counter, knowing how to do all of the necessary uh, basic fundamentals of this game. You're gonna have a hard time in there. And bottom line is, they sold the public on Manny Pacquiao being this giant in the sport. They sold the public on Manny Pacquiao, before he got slept by Marquez. Oh, Manny Pacquiao, hasn't lost a fight in over 10 years. It's been over 10 years since he's lost. Even though he had losses on his record. I mean, like Floyd said in the beginning when they first asked him, they said, well, how would you beat Manny Pacquiao? Floyd said, it's 5 ways to beat him. It's 5 different ways to beat Manny Pacquiao. That's what he said. He gets in the ring and he shows you multiple ways to be able to beat this guy, and then the public says, well, nah, that ain't what happened. They cheated. Floyd bought the judges. If he's at this level of boxing, if the money is this rich, Floyd bought the judges, he bought the referee, he bought this, he bought that. Then they came out with all of these excuses for Manny, and Manny had excuses for himself. He goes into this whole rant that he believed he won the fight. And then I'm seeing it posted 2 days later that Evander Holyfield and all of these people believed that Manny Pacquiao won the fight, and they were actually there. Nobody believed that he won because the audience was so quiet when Pacquiao was given an interview by Max Kellerman. And even Max Kellerman asked him, he said, "Hey, so I'm sorry for laughing, guys, but it was hilarious to me." He said, "Man, so Manny, do you believe you won the fight? Tell us what happened." Pacquiao said he believed he won the fight. Then Max was like, he didn't say it like this because I'm kind of paraphrasing this whole thing, but Max was like, so how do you believe you won, Manny? How do you believe you won? How? And Manny was like, I don't know. It was just the most embarrassing, humbling experience for Manny Pacquiao. He knew coming in that he was overmatched. Freddie Roach knew he was overmatched. That's why he was doing all that talking. That's why at the presser, that last presser they went into this whole rant about Manny Pacquiao being this congressman and all of the great things that he's done for Indonesians and how he's the people's champ, the hero. And then they go into his Christian beliefs and all of that. Don't get me wrong, I love the Lord. I'm a devout follower of Jesus Christ. I love God, man. I love everything about it. I'm not sitting here defaming Manny Pacquiao for his beliefs. Um, all in the same breath, man, you don't get on national TV, and I'm not saying that you don't display your beliefs in some way, shape, form, or fashion, because whatever you believe in is going to show anyway. But you don't need to get on national TV and put on this show talking about the Lord is going to deliver him into my hands and he's going to do all of this stuff, and then it doesn't happen, and then people are left baffled by what your God could and couldn't do. I'm just tired of that. I'm tired of seeing guys get out there and do that. When Tim Tebow was out there, all Tim Tebow did was pray, kneel, and if anybody asked him about his abilities and things like that, he would always thank Jesus and thank God, for everything that he was able to do. He was just happy about his opportunity to get into the NFL and play, and they ridiculed him for it. It's different. He wasn't going out there, talking about, oh, well, when I play the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Lord is going to deliver them into my hands. Like, come on, man. And then Robert the Ghost Guerrero did the same thing. He had a preacher pray for him on TV talking about, God is going to deliver Floyd and all of this stuff, and it didn't happen. And then he gets in the ring and he goes into this rant about Floyd is running after the fight. It's just sad times. Got another guy coming in talking about the fight, but it's just a disappointing thing, man, to see that people are going and I really thought these guys were going to go into hiding, which they were quiet for the last few days, but you know it's still going. It's still going, and they're not going to stop until they get Manny Pacquiao and Floyd back in this ring again. And it's going to be even worse the next time they go back in, because no matter if steroids are involved or whatever the case may be, Floyd knows this guy now. He knows what this guy's going to bring to the table. And at times, Floyd looked awkward in the fight in the first half, like he always does. He looked awkward. Manny Pacquiao was moving and had all these different gyrations and movements and stuff, and Floyd couldn't time him. So to his credit, to Manny Pacquiao's credit, he disturbed Floyd a little bit. He broke his rhythm up, but he didn't press the action. And if you're gonna beat Floyd, you got to do it in the first 4 rounds, man. And he didn't do it. So anyway, man, congratulations to Floyd and all of the Floyd fans and Pac fans. Sorry, man. Holla at y'all later, man. Hampton TV, baby. We'll be back with another interview.